All right. Wave your hand if you can see me, Anita. Can you hear me also? Thank you. It's always good to know that you can hear. So welcome, everyone. I think I know everyone is here. If not, and you know me, if not, I'm Terry McGill. I live in Portland, Oregon. I am a candidate to be a master teacher in Dr. and Master Zhigong Shao's organization. I'm a Tao Calligraphy Lightwell practitioner, and I'm excited to share with you tonight the topic. And let me try to pull it up again. There it is. Okay, hopefully you can see this. The topic for tonight is self-love. There we go. Cultivating self-love as the foundation for healthy relationships. And you may not even be able to see the slide yet because I forgot to share it with you. So let me bring it back up again. There. And now let me move everything that's up in front of me here on the screen, on my screen, out of the way, if I can figure out how to do that. Well, there's part of it. All right. So for those of you that are watching, I can see Anita. Is the sidebar showing? Is anything blocking the slide? Good, thank you. It is on my screen. Okay, so I'm going to fix that right now. One moment, please. Gallery, I didn't want gallery. I want, no, it's not going to let me do what I want to do. Maybe I'll just hide the whole gallery. See if I can do that. There we go. Now it's working the way I wanted. The sidebar was showing. Thank you. It should be on top now. And so let me check messages here. Okay, I've seen everything. Wonderful. I'm going to hide the chat now. There. I've been having computer issues all day long. So again, the topic for today and share, you should be able to see, and there's the sidebar again. Well, I have no idea why it's doing that. And I don't know how to change it. It's never done it before, so I apologize. Let me see if I can simply hide.
Terry,
Yes.
this is Russ.
Hello.
When you have it on screen, at the top above the pictures, you'll see home and whatnot, and to the extreme right, it says view.
Yes.
Under view, you can eliminate the sidebar. Or
Hide self-view. Show meeting times full screen. Hide non-video participants. Well, that got rid of a lot of people. So let me try one more time now. And
share your screen, and we'll do it after you share your screen.
okay, now what?
You see the ribbon just above where it says home?
Audio participants chats or pause, annotate, remote control, show meetings. No, I don't have a home.
Above the sidebar, you'll see it's underlined home.
I'm looking at the sidebar.
Go above it.
Okay, there. That's what was happening. It was
Now go all the way to the right to the view.
Okay, it was hidden by my control bar.
There you go.
So thank you.
You got it.
All right. So now that we've got that part out of the way, everyone should be able to see that tonight's topic is cultivating self-love. Why? The focus tonight is the foundation for healthy relationships. We cannot have healthy relationships. Well, that's a sliding scale. Everything's on the continuum. But if we want the ideal healthy relationship, we need to cultivate more self-love. And candidly, you would not be watching anything that was described as having anything to do with self-love if you didn't already have a lot. So congratulations for being here. You've self-identified yourself as having self-love and desiring to have more. So self-love is self-acceptance. And again, everything is on a continuum. And so if you're familiar with Dr. Hawkins' scale of consciousness, I started this lifetime by age 6, being under 200 on his scale of consciousness, and have worked my way up over the past at least a dozen years. So self-love, self-acceptance, so what? Well, it all starts within. Healthy relationships are built or can be built to higher levels when we trust ourselves, accept ourselves, and love ourselves more. So it's a continuum. Everything is less or more. Without self-love, we don't believe that we're capable enough to survive alone. I invite you to close your eyes and just feel that. We don't, to some degree, we don't believe that we are enough. There's a lot of purification going on. You hear my voice go away. Yeah. I invite you, for those of you who are Tao Hands practitioners, I invite you to turn on your Tao Hands and give yourself a blessing. Dear my Tao Hands, I love you. You have the power to heal and transform my emotional imbalances. Do a good job. Thank you. So without self-love, to some degree, we don't believe that we're capable enough to survive alone. My wife is going to, I think, London this time for a week. Oh, I'm good. I'll change the cat litter and feed it and water the cat too, and the plants, water the plants. And I know I can go for a week because I've done it before, all by myself and the cat. So with self-love, we don't need to try to earn love from another. When this must be at least 20, 30 years ago, I heard about people who were called, what was that term? Vampires. Yeah. So, be careful around them. They're a vampire. And, I looked at them, and when they opened their mouth, I didn't see any fangs. So I went, well, what do you mean? And it says, well, they're just sucking your energy. And I have met people who indeed don't have enough self-love that they believe that they can survive. And so they look for people who can support them. And that's on a continuum also. So some people will send me an email and say, I didn't get the link to an event. Do you have it? That's mild. Some people will come into my field, and sometimes when I'm working at the New Renaissance bookstore doing readings, they'll be listening to me talking to somebody, and they'll be standing about 3 feet outside our circle, energetic circle, and they're listening. Many of them are curious, but they're not, well, part of it's politeness. They don't want to interrupt, but they want to hear. Now, some people might call them a vampire, but I don't. That's self-interest, and they simply want to get better, or at least they're curious about the whole thing. And then there are people who attach themselves to you, walk with you. I did that in an event once with a master teacher until they said, there are people who may wonder the difference in our age is enough that, but still, so it was a polite way to say, maintain your distance, please. because I just was attracted, not physically, but it turned out to be energetically, because it's like, wow, do I feel good in that person's field? And I just want to bathe in that. So with self-love, we don't need to attach ourselves to somebody else for any reason. So how do we cultivate self-love? Well, number one is Master Sha's videos. And I'm going to, pardon me for a moment, because my computer's having to been rebooted about 8 times today, and I don't have what I want. So I'm going to close this and there we go, and go back to that video that I had. It's still there, good. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to share this video with you. If I can get my screen to, there we go. Share, please share. Pretty please. There it is. And, okay, so let me get it started first.
One is 命动. Everybody touch your
So I need to check
navel.
with you.
Go to straight forward to the back of
I
the
don't
navel.
think I started the
This
sound for the
area
video.
for
Could you hear it?
命门. Follow me. 命门. 命 means life.
Terry,
门
what
is
do you want me to do?
life gate.
Just a
This
second.
is 命功
It's loud.
foundation practice. The other is 性功 here. Messy center.
We heard it, but we didn't see it. If there was
Okay,
anything
right.
to be seen.
Got it. Thank you. So
Mhm.
just a second. I think I know what I did not do.
We heard it very well.
That's because it was playing very loudly.
Yeah.
I hadn't shared sound. You should be able to see it and hear it now. So let me know, 1, 2, there. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll start it. And I'll make it full screen.
And 性功 is intelligence practice. In Buddhism, Taoism, Holy, many other realms. Open the heart and the soul is here. One of the most important practice. This sound of heart and soul will help you remove so many blockages for your 性功. This is enlightenment process, high level enlightenment process. Much more than healing the heart, healing the lung. Heal the physical organs, systems, and also uplift your soul, heart, and the consciousness. How? Close your eyes. Put one palm below the navel, one palm on the heart. Anybody watch this tape, just close eyes. Put your mind on the message center, at the center of your chest. Ya, yo. everybody repeat after me. Aya. Go ahead. Aya. Ya. Yo. Aya. Ya. Yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, 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 yo. Together. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya, yo. Aya, 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 yo. Aya, aya.
I will send the link to this, or somebody will, after I copy it, when it's over. Right now, though, this goes on for about another 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute and 20 seconds or something video. It's an older one. I recognize some of the people that was there in that workshop. I don't believe I was there. So we can use, let's bring up I will bring up. What do you mean, less? I'll bring up, here we go. Nope, that didn't do it. I have to click on share screen first. There. And share. And there it is. Coming. Okay, there we go. So one of the ways to cultivate self-love, free, no charge. This is a YouTube video. There's many out there. And they're some of the most transformative because you're in Master Sha's field. Everything has a field. If you put your hands together, and let me come back online again. If you put your hands like a foot or so apart, and then move them together, and then move them out, and then feel, when can you begin to experience? To me, it feels like my hands are they're vibrating and there's a field around them. It's like, and then as I put them closer, I feel more, it's not resistance, but it's some kind of a feeling I don't know how to describe. It takes practice for some people. It took me years to be able to feel this energy. So everything has a field, and you know, it's around everything, it's in everything. It's, yeah, it's like that old meme, it's everywhere, it's everywhere. So the field, let me go back up here and share. Yes. There, you can see it now, I believe. So one of the ways to transform is to share, to watch, listen to, connect with. Remember that word. That's one of the most important words there is for us when we want to change our vibrational state, when we want to create something that we don't have or don't have as much as we want, or when we want to get rid of something, like with me, it used to be anxiety. And I just thought of that. It's like, wow, I don't have anxiety anymore. Well, I did today. When I couldn't open PowerPoint, all I saw was a message on the screen from Microsoft saying all of our online services are offline right now. But they fixed it within probably an hour. And that's why you can see this. Otherwise, I didn't know about it. So the second way that we can experience things are with Master Sha's Tao calligraphy cards. And let me see if I can bring this up. I need to stop sharing for a moment and open this screen. Come on, there we go. And share it with you. It's coming, there it is. So this is a Da-I calligraphy card. You may have one. I know some of you online certainly do, because I know you do. And we trace them. So that's a higher level. We go over and up and down and over, and then the three dots, and then the roof, and then sheen, the heart. Oops, and then the lower level. But we can connect more deeply, and we need to if we want to transform quicker. Well, how do we make it more effective? We connect more. We say hello. This was one of the first teachings that I ever learned of Master Sha back about 2008. It first appeared to me in the, I forget the name of it, it's a thick paperback book. It's on page 30. It's called the Say Hello Greeting. Well, what does that mean? Dear the Tao calligraphy, Da-I. So we're saying hello. I love you. You have the power to heal, to transform, to rejuvenate, whatever it is that we're wanting. My life, my finances, my relationships. And that's the focus for tonight. And then if we trace, we can trace, like I'm doing it online right now with my mouse hand. But if we're going to be more effective, we would take all four of our fingers and our thumb like this, and we put them all together. Each one of the fingers and the thumb connect with one of the traditional Chinese medicine 5 elements. If you want to heal your heart, you would use this finger. See if you can see it. And we would simply trace with it the card. If we want to heal our eyes, for example, or our liver, we'd use the first finger and we'd trace with it. But if we want to do a full healing, we would trace with our fingers and our thumb together. Some of us have been tracing this calligraphy since 2013. And so I've got it memorized. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum. The love sign, and then down to the bottom part. So if you have, or if you would like to get the Greatest Love book, little white book, that's about like 6 by 9 inches. And it has a calligraphy inside on page 52, I think, on that book. And back on page 43, there's a diagram of how to trace it. I love that Greatest Love and Greatest Forgiveness books. They're small. They have 6 or 7 exercises. Each one has an exercise for relationships. But they've got one that will let you name what it is you want to transform. I want more self-love. Great. Dear the Tao calligraphy, I love you. There's a whole, Master Sha calls it soul power. So you say what you want. Please transform. Please boost my self-love. Thank you so much. And then trace. You can chant. If you're using the Greatest Love book, you could chant Da I. If you're using the Greatest Forgiveness book, you could chant Da Quan Shu. You can use English. Greatest love, greatest love, greatest love. You can sing it. When we add one or more things, that increases the power. Why? I always ask why. Because when we add more, back how many, 13, 14 years ago, I could trace and chant, but I couldn't imagine a light bulb in my heart, for example. That was just more than I could do. And so we simply add what we can add as we do, and it boosts the power. So those are Tao calligraphy cards, but let me share more, because there's more. Master Sha has given us so much and gives us more. So here is, yes, you can see it now, good. It even gave me a message. Participants can now see your slide. Wonderful. Okay, so Master Sha's Tao calligraphy cards. Master Sha also has framed Tao calligraphy. Some of us have one, and I'm going to show one for you. Yes, that'll come up in just a moment. There it is. This is Greatest Harmony. Da is the top part, and this is He, and this Xie. Da He Xie is Greatest Harmony. And I'm a Tao calligraphy Lightwall practitioner. I have the ability, this comes if you order one, if you have one, it comes at the highest level of third dimension. That's the world we live in. As a practitioner, the 108 of us around the world have the authority to turn on fourth dimension or a higher level. And I'll be doing that later on. So stick around or you won't get the blessing. Actually, you can watch the recording. It will be a one-time blessing. So if you are here and you receive the blessing, and then you get the video and you watch it, Master Sha gave a wonderful teaching on that. He said, you have the authority. If you don't turn that switch, that's how I think of it. If you don't activate it, it's third dimension. If you activate it and you say, you have one time for one condition, and that condition tonight is increasing self-love. If anybody asks for anything else, they won't get it. And I went, wow, really? In my earlier life, I really wanted to control things. So this tickled me. It's like, well, I got the control I wanted. I have to be really careful with it too. So let's go back to the slide show. I created these just for you. They're coming up, they're opening, and come on, there it is. Okay, so let me scroll down a little bit more. So number 3, way that we can increase our self-love, cultivate our self-love, use your own term, make it bigger, love myself more, all true. So number 3 is the framed Tao calligraphy. If you have your own, it's at third dimension, and Master Sha's terminology calls it higher lotus. So it's like right at the top of third dimension. If you become a Tao a Tao calligraphy Lightwall practitioner, then you will have the authority to turn it on to fourth dimension, which is just amazingly more powerful. That's the light wall that I've been describing, although I just showed you one. You don't have to have but one or two. I co-taught a workshop this last weekend on opening spiritual channels here in Portland, live workshop. And one of our dear ones who's here tonight co-led with me. And I turned on the fourth dimension light wall, and it was amazing. I don't know how many of these workshops I've led. I am not a master teacher. I do not have the authority to download. So I bought the soul communication books and gave everybody one, said, turn it open to page 19, and then later on to page, I think it was 24, 25, and ask to receive. So there's, if you get the soul communication book, in it, you can ask the divine to give you a foundation download and message center download. So that was what we did. They got the downloads, and then the Tao Calligraphy light wall. So what is the Tao Calligraphy light wall? Tao is source, not the religion, but the creator. And the light wall carries source, love, and light. Well, again, I always say, so what? What good is that for me? Well, for self-love, we have as much or as little, depends on how we think about it. Is your glass half full or half empty? We have as much. That was a crow. I don't know if you could hear it from inside, from on here, but it's really loud. Sorry, distracted me, obviously. So when we don't have what we want, if we're ill, if our finances are dreary or almost non-existent, if our relationships are not what we want, it's because we have negative information in our subconscious. Negative information can be transformed by positive information at a higher level. The amazing thing about the Tao Calligraphy light wall is fourth dimension. Number one, if you have the framed calligraphy by itself or any of the calligraphy cards that you can find in Master Shah's store, and in the email with the recording that you'll all receive, we'll put the link in there for you to this one that I'm going to lead, Greatest Harmony, so that you can go on and buy. Well, if you want the calligraphy card, you can buy it. If you want the framed calligraphy, you can buy that too. The framed calligraphy will come at third dimension. What you're going to receive, and that will transform anything that's lower than the level of the calligraphy. They're very powerful. Tonight, though, you're going to be able to receive from the top level of fourth dimension. Third dimension, there's about 60% of humanity. So 4.8 plus billion people that it can assist in transforming whatever they desire. Fourth dimension adds another 20%, 80% of humanity. Most or all of their issues can be transformed at the fourth dimension level. Higher than that takes higher authority than I have. So that's Master Shah's job. So let's go to the next slide. Oh, would you like to experience one time only? And you don't have to unmute. You don't have to say, because I can't see what you post, but I'm going to assume that you would like to. And if not, you can go get a milkshake or a glass of water or something while the rest of us bathe in this field. So to prepare, first of all, this is a blessing. It's not a permanent transmission. I don't have the authority to do that. So what is it for? It's for what you, it's not what you ask for. That was what I was doing with a person earlier, or it was yesterday. So tonight it will be to expand, enhance, transform the blockages for you to experience more self-love, to grow it, to cultivate it. And this is a really powerful level. So first of all, one of Master Sha's, and incidentally, the Tao calligraphy is created by Dr. and Master Zhigong Sha. It's one of the 6 or 8 or 9 Tao technologies. You already know that Tao is source. The technologies can be Tao water, Tao song, Tao dance, or Tao movement, Tao calligraphies, the cards, the framed, and there are many others. So when he creates these, he connects with source and he asks, because it's not his power. He's saying, heaven, Tao, would you put with my brush, as I draw this calligraphy, would you put Tao, source, love, and light into the calligraphy? Some people can see in the calligraphy lines, I mean, it's black ink. And to me, it's still just black ink, but I'm starting, because I've been looking at these and practicing with them since 2013, however many years that is. Some people can see light, invisible light, in the dark lines, which just, has amazed me. After this long, I'm now starting to be able to feel something. You may also. If you don't, it's still there. I have learned that. I have transformed. Others have transformed using these techniques, these methodologies. So first, another of Master Sha's teachings is that the reason that we have the blockages that we do in self-love, in relationships, in finances, in educate, whatever it is, whatever in our life, in his teachings, it's because we and our ancestors have created negativity in other people's lives, this lifetime, other lifetimes. And so one of the 2 most powerful practices that we need to do to transform more quickly is, before any practice, do a forgiveness practice. So I invite you to join me. If you're not familiar with this, if you don't know if you would want to do this, then just listen or go get a drink of water and come back. Don't take too long, because you'll miss some of the light well. And so in his teachings, dear, all the souls that I've harmed, or my ancestors have, and this in every lifetime, I deeply apologize. Please forgive me. Please forgive us, my ancestors, and me. Thank you. And dear, all those souls that are interfering with my receiving what I want, I forgive you completely and unconditionally. We forgive you, my ancestors and me. Please accept our forgiveness, and please forgive us. Create love, peace, and harmony. So I'm pausing right now and just feeling our multiple person field. Okay, now we can go on. So now I invite you to simply, with your eyes closed, you can put one hand on the center of your chest, one hand on the lower abdomen if you want to connect more deeply. The hand on your center of your chest connects with the heart. Some people think of heart chakra field, and the hand below the navel or on the navel, palms facing the body. That connects us with the 6th of the 10 most important energy centers in every human being. 6 of them are in the lower abdomen. Like, wow. And then the hand on the center of your chest connects us with the heart chakra, the sixth, the fourth of the 7 major chakras. So when we're connected there, then we can make a simple request. Dear, the Tao Calligraphy light wall field, it's represented by one calligraphy, but they're joined. Tao is one, oneness, unity. And there's 10 of the 10 greatest qualities of Tao: greatest love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, the calligraphy that I'll bring up in a minute, greatest flourishing, greatest gratitude, greatest service, and greatest enlightenment. So these 10 are all represented by any of the 10 greatest qualities. I've got all 10 calligraphies, but I don't have them in a picture format, and we don't need to, because every one of them is part of Tao, in nature, all that is. So simply request of the calligraphy, dear Tao Calligraphy light wall, represented by the one calligraphy, please transform my blockages to increasing my self-love. Thank you so much. We don't need to go into detail more than that. We simply say, that's what I want. And because that's when I turn it on, that's the focus for this evening. That's the only focus. If you can say, boost my finances, that won't come, because that's not what's being projected or radiated. Yeah. So let me go to the calligraphy, begin the sharing. You'll see it now. Now there's different, and let me expand this so you can see it better. You might want to trace it. You might want to simply hold one or both hands out. You could keep one hand on your lower abdomen to keep you connected with your body, with Mother Earth, and hold the other hand out and ask to receive. So Anita raised her hand, so let me see if I can find the chat. Okay, she just posted. That was Holly that posted. Ah, here's, okay, Jane. Well, maybe I read wrong. Okay. So ask to receive the blessing. You can trace, you can hold a hand out, you can sing or chant, you can use English or Mandarin. English is greatest harmony, greatest harmony, greatest harmony, greatest harmony. Mandarin, this one is more challenging. I've heard a lot of pronunciations of this one. Is Da for greatest and He Xie. So it doesn't matter what it sounds like. There's hundreds of accents that I've heard. And I also realize there are differences in hearing. So your intention is what's important. I want to receive, and I want to receive more than I'm just looking at it, or if I'm just holding my hand out, I'm going to chant also. We can also sing. Singing has a higher frequency, so it brings more blessings or more energy. light, love, than just chanting. We can say we're still getting a lot. Da he xie, da he xie, or da he xie, da he xie, da he xie, da he xie. Greatest harmony. And so we can add, boost my self-love. Da, greatest harmony. Increase healthy relationships. Da, he xie. 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 Greatest harmony. Greatest harmony. Greatest harmony. If your mind starts to ask questions or think about things, just say, not now, and refocus. This is a very powerful field. We'll stay in it for a couple of minutes more. Greatest harmony transforms my life. Greatest harmony is the secret to success. All of the 10 Tao qualities have a one-sentence secret. This one, either the key to success or the secret of success. It's taught both ways by Master Sha. Da he xie, da he xie, da he xie, da he xie. If you're tracing, we want to trace all the way through it. Oops, I can't do that. Okay, there we go. Was moving the calligraphy on you. So we never want to stop tracing in the middle, because it's like eating half of your dinner and dumping the rest in the garbage can. We simply don't get what we don't trace. Also, we would not receive the message. We'd only receive a part of it. So if we stop tracing right here, it's like, okay, well, that's greatest, but greatest what? So we have to refine, focus, clarify. What do we want? I want complete harmony. And so I'm tracing all the way to the end. And then when you reach the end, if you're not tracing along with me, then stop at the end, because it's time to close this field. Before we do, let's say thank you. Greatest gratitude. Dear, this Tao source calligraphy. Dear, the Tao calligraphy light wall. Thank you so much. So you've had an experience now, if you haven't before. I know a couple of you haven't, of the Tao calligraphy light wall. So there are ways to experience more. Every Thursday night at New Renaissance Bookstore from 6 to 7:30, I lead these. So if you're ever in the Portland area, well, I saw on a post on Facebook, one woman says, "What's not to want? I may fly in." It's like, wow. So it's every Thursday night. I also do private sessions online, and you'll receive my email. I'm not going to post it where it can be picked up by what they call bots on the internet. And grab you. So you'll see in the email follow-up, it'll come in probably 2 days as we put it all together. Watch for today's recording. You can watch again and again and again. The information for private online sessions will be there also. Now, next Wednesday, wow, we have some windows open there. It's been warm, and that was a door slamming. If you didn't hear it, I did. So next Wednesday and forthcoming Wednesdays, in the email where you had the link to join, there was an attachment, should have gone out with every email, about the topics for, I think it was 3 more weeks in May. The next Wednesday is going to be exploring emotional triggers, understanding the roots of inner distress. Wonderful topic, huh? What's going on here? I must have duplicated 2 slides. There we go. So this has been another evening of the Breathe, Balance, Blossom series of webcasts. The focus is so that we can develop inner serenity 1 week at a time. Now, what I want to go back is, let's do a little summary. With self-love, we don't need to try to earn love. So that means we will have a relationship because we're not trying to pull something. Instead of being self-centered, we don't have to. And if you have financial challenges, and I know many do at this time, then Master Sha's YouTube videos are free, and you'll receive one in the email that's coming with the link to this session. And over on the right-hand side, when that video comes up, there must be 20 or 30 videos that alternate with other ones by some movies, some other teachers, you name it. But this is it's Master Sha's generosity. You may know him as New York Times best-selling author of 11 of the 30 books that he's written, or 31, and another one about to come out. He has over, at one point he had 1,750 videos, YouTube videos. It's like, whoa, I've got, yeah, anyway. So Master Sha's YouTube videos. Then there's Master Sha's Tao Calligraphy cards. And they come in 2 sizes, pocket-sized or purse-sized, and the larger ones that most of us have. There's also the option of a Master Sha frame calligraphy. That's several steps above in price and cost above the calligraphy cards. And then there's the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall. There's 108 of us that have been authorized and empowered to give Tao Calligraphy Light Wall blessings remotely as well as in person. Taoist source, you know that. We've experienced it. There we go. This is the one I was looking for. The Tao Calligraphy Light Wall field. Everything's a field. You can come into the field every Thursday in Portland at New Renaissance Bookstore. And we'll give you the link to tomorrow night's event. And if you want more, then email me. I'll have my email in the email, my email address in the email you will receive, because you have to register online and you'll need a fresh link each week if you want to come to the live events and private sessions online. And then watch for today's recording or the recording of today's event. So I am very grateful that you came. How many people came? 17. Wonderful. Probably counts me. Only 16. So Anita, would you care to share anything?
I'm very relaxed. I enjoyed this class very much. My heart feels really happy. And I think it was one of the biggest turnout today. I think we actually had 19 people.
Well, Russ and I are two.
Some people sharing, maybe.
Russ and I are two, so counted twice.
Well, there was
Mhm.
one more. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a
As the
wonderful class.
coordinator for this Breathe Blossom, no, Breathe Balance Blossom series, is there anything you'd care to share about that?
I'm sorry.
The
To share
Breathe-
about this.
Well, anything you wanted to add to what I had to share about next week's event?
No, I think you said it. I think you send the
Wonderful.
invitation out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much also.
Thank you.
So is there anyone else who would like to, who has anything they'd care to share? You can unmute if you'd like to.
I do. Terry.
Hello.
Hi.
Oop.
Hello.
There we go.
I've been having a rough day. I was comforted.
Series of them. More than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This brought me a lot of comfort.
Wonderful.
I'm very grateful. And thank you. Thank you for being there for me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So when we're going through anything in our lives, Master Sha's Tao technologies are, to the best of my awareness, the greatest healing, transforming. The Tao technologies just stun me sometimes and bring me to tears other times of just incredible gratitude. I'm still thinking about my having been chosen, accepted, empowered, authorized, and able to get and then to share the Tao Calligraphy light wall. It's just transformative. And so I invite you to replay the video. Ignore the fact that you can't get fourth dimension again, because what you've received is so powerful. If you go to the 9 a.m. Portland time, noon Eastern time, the Instagram, Master Sha's leading teachers offer fourth dimension, sometimes fifth dimension, Tao Calligraphy blessings. 15-minute blessing. And people transform. So let me check and see what we have over here. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Jean. Now, Holly has posted what you'll receive in the email, the Da He calligraphy with frame, the Tao qualities, Tao calligraphy cards. Da He is there. You'll be able to see the other ones when you go there. And then in-person event. Oh, yes. This is tomorrow night. Let's see. Yeah, when you, yeah, it doesn't look like it's clickable. Okay. So if you would like to come to tomorrow night's event in Portland, the next 3 weeks in Portland, 6 to 7:30 p.m. will be free. I've just found out that I can do that. And I'm going to, oh, what else do we have going on? Oh, there's where you register. When you click on that, let's make sure that that's it. Marketing, register. Well, click on that link there. It'll open somewhere else on your device because it's a description of, if it's what I wrote, if that's what comes up. It's a description of what the event is about. And thank you, Anita. So we're at the end of this time. Misty, you're welcome. So we're at the end of this Wednesday. Wherever you are in the world, it could be Thursday. I know. Arlene is in the Philippines. I'm not sure what time it is there, but I think they're 15 hours ahead of us. So thank you for all coming. And boy, come back next week. Aloha.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Next week. Bye-bye.